Today I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt because spring is just around the corner. So here are 10 spring fragrances. The first fragrance on the list is Gucci Guilty, specifically the Eau de Parfum concentration. This fragrance manages to be fresh and clean, yet dark and mysterious at the same time. Now this is a very masculine take on a rose fragrance, with notes of chili pepper, salt, and vinegar. Though it is quite delightfully sour, it is balanced out with some creamy neroli. I get about 6 or 7 hours of projection from this fragrance. But if you want a more unisex take on a rose, there's Ford Noir by Tom Ford. Though I am holding a clone right now, this is Club de Nuit Intense Woman by Armaf. The saffron, patchouli, and oak moss are very delightfully earthy, almost like damp soil. And the truffle and vanilla create that cocoa accord. But the main star of the show is the black rose. I get about 10 or 11 hours out of Ford Noir, and about 8 or 9 hours out of Club de Nuit Intense Woman. But if you want something with more performance than that, there's Dior Sauvage Elixir. This is a delightfully rich and decadent fragrance. It's nice and spicy with cinnamon, cardamom, and nutmeg, and rather dark with notes of lavender, licorice, amber, and sandalwood. At least those are the notes that are prominent to my nose. I get about 16 hours out of this fragrance. And if you want even more performance than that, there's Black Afano by Nasamato. This is very warm and dark and mysterious and rich, with amber, incense, and oud and cannabis. In case if you can't tell, I adore this fragrance. And though the bottle is rather small, it packs a big punch. 2 sprays of this will last around 24 hours. But if you want something more mellow and versatile, there's Coach for Men. I would say that this is the most versatile fragrance that I own. The bergamot, kumquat, and pear are perfect for warmer weather, and the lavender, vetiver, and ambergris are perfect for cooler weather. On the cool to warm spectrum of fragrances, I would say that this falls right in the middle. I only get about 4 hours of projection out of this fragrance, but it does sit on the skin for longer. If you want a warmer take on the citrus and amber combination, and a little more performance, there's Polo Red. This also has a delightful, energizing coffee note in it. This fragrance lasts me around 7 hours. And up next is one of my favorite scents for spring. This is Vince Camuto Homme. Normally I'm not a big fan of the lavender-lemon combination, but this scent does it right. They balance it out with artemisia and birch quite nicely. I get about 6 hours out of this fragrance. Now you may have seen this one in drugstores. This is Aspen by Coty. If you've smelled Cool Water by Davidoff, this is pretty similar to that, except it has a delightful green pine note in it as well. I get about 4 hours out of this one. Another good spring fragrance with some greenness to it is Versace Eros. Right now I'm holding a clone called Royal Copenhagen 1775 Valor. This fragrance has a lot of citrus, mint, and vanilla in it. And it performs well too, with about 8 hours of longevity. And last on the list, but not least, is Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. This fragrance is very fresh and clean, but not in the generic way. It has a bright ozonic quality to it that really cuts through. And it's supported by a subtle leather note as well. I get about 7 hours out of this fragrance. And those are 10 fragrances for spring. Thank you for watching.